us. Just pulled it around really quick. I pulled this together so fast, you guys. It's not even funny. It's like crazy how fast we pulled this together. There we go. I think we've got YouTube to the party. Facebook is up in here. When you guys find me, say hello. I know, I didn't give you any notice. Surprised! Behind the scenes, there was plenty of notice. We've been working really hard. So, well, you guys are finding me, and tell your friends because I didn't tell anybody. Maybe share. I know. Ah, Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky. All right, now we're starting to see some of you find me anyways. I know I didn't give you any heads up on this one, but it's time for card class. Hi, Deborah. Jan's here. Yes. Is Joyce here too? I got two of you guys. I bet you are both here. Vicky says they look adorable. Hey, thank you. All right, Kathy's here on the Facebook and Jessica's here. All right, so you guys, I know I gave you no warning about this, but while we're letting people find us, please make the comments, tag your friends, talk to each other, get those reactions going. If you like the cards, give a thumbs up. If you love card classes, give a thumbs up. Give a heart, give a smile. If you're not following on Facebook and have your notifications set, go ahead and set those notifications and follow us. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and we're trying to put some tags out there. We only gave you an hour notice of this one. It feels like so much more to me because, you know, behind the scenes, I see it all. But so here's kind of what happened. I'll tell you how it went down. And well, you guys share if you're willing and tag your friends and do all those reactions so that the platforms know that this is interesting, engaging content. I'm going to tell you how this happened. So I was really debating what I was going to do for Stampin' Stick card class. And sometimes I get really overwhelmed with ideas, like I short circuit a little bit. And lately, we've had just one problem after another technology-wise. You guys know about it. We had trouble with the blog and the server. We had trouble with just everything. We had trouble with our billing. We had trouble with so much stuff. It's been nuts. I feel like every time I turn around, I'm putting out a fire that you guys probably don't even imagine exists. Like, it's just kind of outside of what you can see. But I'm going like a chicken without a head. I've got an extreme amount of ideas, trying to get them all out of my head and keep all the fires out. And I'm like, I just don't know where this is going. Well, for those of you who don't know already, my amazing kitchenettes team, you guys are killing it this year. Way to make an amazing first month of the year. I am just so proud of all your achievements, and we're working on pulling those together and announcing them right now and celebrating you. You guys are amazing. We do a mystery stamping once a month. It's the first Monday of the month. And those of you who were there, I'm so glad. I'm glad you decided to join. Those of you who were not there, kitchenettes, maybe plan on joining us for December 1st. But mystery stamping is co-hosted by my friend Kathy. She usually pops in on these lives at some point, so you've probably seen her before. And she had this great idea for a mystery card, and it just all sprung from there. We trained a fun technique. I'm calling it cut and mix, but you can cut and flip or you can cut and shuffle. But either way, you can make either one card and have some great design decisions already made for you with this technique, or you can make a whole stack of cards. I never asked you guys, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I didn't ask. Let me check and see how my microphone is doing. After I told that whole story, it looks like I'm doing fine. So you guys just give me some encouragement and reassurance that you can hear me now. And I'm going to keep on with my story. So I was preparing some samples and thinking about how I was going to take the training for for my team and our mystery stamping, and these two card classes, this one and the next one that I have for you, came out of this, and so did the new cut and mix templates. All right, so we are doing a cut and mix card class today, and we'll be doing another cut and mix card class 2 weeks from today. I do have some packets for this. Now, if you know, you know, I've got the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper here. So I have a very limited quantity of these, just what I had on hand, because this paper is still not back in stock. And according to Stampin' Up, it'll be about another week and a half before they get it. And so at this point, I can make as many kits as I could make, and it can't make no more. So there's very few packets, and they are while supplies last, and we're not cutting anymore. So just know that they're in the store right now, and when they're gone, they're gone. There's also the PDF that goes along with the class. So if you need a little bit more of an enhanced, or you want a more enhanced experience of this class, you can get the corresponding PDF in the kitchen table stamper store. It's very much like our Stampin' Stick card class, and that we're going to cut your card bases for you. Your layers will all be cut, so we're going to do the die cutting. We're going to cut your sentiment layer. We're going to cut your matte layer. We're going to cut your inside layer for you. We're going to give you plenty of cardstock to stamp images of your choice. I'm using the Homemade Treats, and there's just a little special guest appearance of the gingerbread man. So you can use whatever little Christmas images of your choice. So you can just think about what you have in your collection. If you don't have gingerbread man, Card Club for Cool People is another way to use your gingerbread man if I talked you into it. But if you don't have gingerbread man and Homemade Treats, then think about what little Christmas icons you have. And if you've been stamping for any time at all, you probably have lots of little things that you could sprinkle across, but you'll get plenty of white cardstock to stamp those. We'll cut your candy pieces for you. Everything will be ready for you to pretty much just stamp and stick, but with a twist, all right? So I hope you guys are excited about it. I'm using Homemade Treats today for the majority of my stamping. And then Card Club for Cool People, I already talked you into Gingerbread Man, or maybe I didn't yet, but this will help motivate you. Our inside greetings and gumdrops, and then the candy. But we die cut all that for you if you get the class packet. All right, so that's kind of the story of how this came about. It came out from our mystery card and our training, and there's two. I mentioned that too. This is part 1 of our cut and mix card class, and 2 weeks from today we'll do part 2. Okay. All right, so let's look at your comments and let's see. I got an email today saying that the paper is back in stock. No way, I checked it this morning. So maybe something's changed since this morning. I was hoping it would come in a little bit early. And Vicky says, I feel like we should say cha-cha-cha after cut and mix card. Cut and mix card class. Cha-cha-cha. You guys make me happy. I've been looking forward to this since I designed the cards last week, since I showed them to the team on Monday. If you're my team members, you've already seen these in the mystery stamping. And the mystery stamping replay kitchenettes is always available for you. We just moved them all onto the team Facebook page, and I should have November's on the team Facebook page soon. So there will be a replay for it. Let's see here. Who else is here? Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. You guys are talking to each other. I love that. Keep that going. Nancy, I didn't say hello. I just read your comment, but I didn't say hello. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Let's see. Becky says, I can hear you. Thank you. And Deborah says, I can hear you fine. Thanks, my friends. I usually see the captions self-generate on Facebook, and then I know, but I had been looking at YouTube most of the time this morning. Jan says, Jan, I think, confirmed that it's back. Better order it before it's out again. Yeah, if you've been looking for this Traditions of Christmas, it was not there this morning, but it is now. Paper's back. Jan confirms that. Maybe that was Joyce that confirmed that. Let's see here. Jessica says, I already bought the card class. I'm looking forward to play with it. I can't wait to see what you do with it, Jessica. You shared a doozy in the craft social. All right, one more thing, because I'm not scheduled. I hadn't been scheduled or promoted this, so I'm in one more thing and then I'm going to get started. But if you guys don't already know about the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social, you need to check that out. There is a challenge in the Craft Social today to use the cut and mix template #1 and make some cards. If you play the challenge and you share your primarily Stampin' Up! Product creation with us without linking away from the Craft Social, promoting yourself or any other demonstrator or craft company, you can be eligible for our prize patrol. We do a prize patrol drawing, so you get from Thursday to Tuesday to play, and on Wednesday we announce prize patrol. So check out our community, and while you're there, check out Jessica's card with her some of her leftover supplies from last month's card club for cool people. All right, Yoli's here. Hello, my friend. I was just thinking about you the other day. I'm glad you're here. Lisa says, I can hear you. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's here from Wisconsin. All right. So, Kathy says, I always check Thursday at 2 o'clock. I know you either do a live or post something. Yep. We've got a challenge today in the Craft Social and a card class today. So if you think anybody you know would like this card class, please share the link. The class is completely free here live today. You can purchase a PDF that supports the card class online here live, or you can, while supplies last, get a packet. Okay. Hey, Carol. Carol's here. All right, you guys. So let me show you what we're making today. Oh, Regina's here. Hello. Surprised. Create with MJ's here. Nancy says, let's see here. I'm kind of disappointed with Stampin' Up! Having card classes. Seems like they're taken away from the demonstrators. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think, there is a Stampin' Up! Card class coming up. And then is there two, Nancy, or just the one still right now? Hopefully we all find our place. You know what I mean? That's what I'm counting on. I know that the one thing that no other demonstrator has and Stampin' Up! Does not have is me and my creativity. So I'm just going to keep on putting the best creations out there that I can, and we'll see where that goes. But they gotta adapt and they gotta change. It's adapt or die, right? So we'll see. We'll see how they go. I did not do the card class, the one with this traditions paper and stuff. I don't remember if they had it at the end of last month, right? And now they've already got a second one announced. Am I right? Let's see here. Kathy says, just went and ordered the cut and mix card class. Thank you, Kathy. You're the best. Hey, Joy. All right, you guys are starting to find me even without a lot of advance notice. That's great. Okay, so this card class, we've got quite a bit to do, so I want to get right into it. We can do some more chit-chats along the way, but today we've got the very first cut and mix card class. So it's going to make 4 cards. Our packet will be 4 cards this time. So our stamp and stick card classes were 3 cards. This one will be 4, and the next one will be 4. It still includes all the things that you need with all of the prep work done for you. You still have to stamp and you have to stick, but you're also going to cut your designer series paper using our new cut and mix template. So let me show you the cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then let me just show you a quick peek. PDF is available for you to download and print if you like. It's in the store. And in the PDF, you're going to get 2 brand new cut and mix templates, right? Number 1 and number 2. Our challenge today in the craft social will be number 1. So let's get started with that. We're going to do our first card, and with our first card, we're going to cut our paper according to the cut and mix template. Let me grab my paper trimmer, and we're going to do that. Now, here's the thing about cut and mix templates, right? You can cut one paper. So I've got one paper here, and I'm going to cut that according to my template. So let me, oh, look at that. Got a scrap. Let me turn this. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Now we've got it right side up. All right, so I'm going to cut it just according to the template. Now here's how a cut and mix works. So you can cut one paper according to the template and mix. And there you've got your card. Or you can cut multiple pieces according to the template. So we're going to cut and we're going to mix. So this time we're going to mix like this. All right. But the opportunity to shuffle, to mix, to mat or not to mat, those choices are all yours along the way. So I hope that you're starting to see the potential in the cut and mix. And there's 2 new templates for you in this card class. All right, so let me grab some liquid glue, and I've got some white cardstock here. You'll have all these layers cut for you in your packet. I should mention to you while I glue these that this packet this time is a pre-order packet. We are in the cutting process, and I just ordered the baker's twine for these. Okay, I was debating whether I should cut up all the baker's twine, and decided that if I'm going to get through all the things that I have in mind for you with the 12 days of Christmas, live every Friday, 2 card classes this month, the exclusive email tutorials that are coming in the 12 days of Christmas, then ain't nobody got time for cutting up bits of baker's twine. So we're going to add one in the packet for you. And so that's going to be a little bit different. Our Stampin' stick card classes were all exactly just what you need to create the cards. The this particular cut and mix card class is going to have extra baker's twine for you. So I'm going to finish these class packets up as soon as that arrives and get it out to you. I will get them out to you as soon as possible because I know that you're going to get busier and busier as the holiday approaches. So we will turn them around as quickly as possible, but just know that the class packets themselves are a pre-order this time, and they are very limited because I'm not gonna, even though the paper's back today, woohoo, hooray for Stampin' Up! Getting it early. But even though the paper is back today, I am not going to order any more paper or cut any more of these because I also have some cute stuff coming for you. Oh, I've got so much going on. So many good things to share. So we're not going to backtrack this at all. So if you get one, they're in the store, then you get one. All right, so there's our cut and mix template number 1. I hope that you guys are picking this up and as excited about it as I am. Our card number 1 and card number 2. So we'll kind of work on them in batches, but we're also going to kind of work on them as a whole, like a whole batch, like I always batch work. Like when I'm stamping gingerbread men, I'm going to stamp all the gingerbread men, right? So I'm going to work on them in one big batch, but they're also going to break down into 2 smaller batches. All right, so we've got our cut and mix number 1 for card number 1 and card number 2. Now we're going to do the same thing. In this one, there's 2 cut and mix templates. So we're going to cut and mix our card number 2. So I got the same thing. I'm going to use those same 2 patterns, but we're just going to cut them according to the different template. But before I do that, I want to look at your comments. Make sure that you guys are keeping up with me. Jan says, I love your creativity and your projects. Girl, you're like half the reason why I can bring it all to life. Thank you for all you do to support me. Vicky says, so cute. Pre-order seems to be the way to go. Create the FOMO, right? It is FOMO this time, but it's only FOMO this time because Stampin' Up! Didn't have any paper for me. All right, so let's stack these guys aside, and we're going to cut our next 2 according to our template number 2. So template number 2, we're going to do the same. I want to show you. We're going to cut this one according to the template, and now with cut and mix, you can either cut and hold on, come on guy, mix, right? Or you can cut and mix more than one pattern, which is where I am going with this, same as the other. All right, so let's slide this to the side. And now got our peepers. We're going to cut and mix. And then we're going to, in this case, we're going to glue them to a white mat again, but the choice is yours whether you mat or don't mat. So whether you cut and shuffle, you cut and flip, or if you cut 4 pieces, then you could do, 2 of this one, and then you could do a couple like this. Hold on, what did I these out? All right, just by using both sides of the paper and shuffling them up, mat them or don't mat them, you really get a lot of creative options here with this new templates. We're going to have a 3rd cut and mix template for you next card class in 2 Thursdays. So not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, the one right before Thanksgiving. All right, I'm going to glue these down and take a look over on my Facebook, guys. Are you guys keeping up over there on Facebook? Jan says, this is cool. I'm glad to be a help. You are the wind beneath my wings, my friend. If you guys don't know it, Jan is one of our moderators on the Craft Social. She is also the designer for all of our alternatives. So when you see that we put out a class or a kit and we offer our photographs of alternative designs, Jan does those for us. And then Jan and Joyce and Jackie and Katie, they all are integral in getting the PDFs done and the cutting and packing done of our class packets. So just in case you guys don't know. Melissa says, I love this set. Thank you. I love it too. Okay, wait. I want to put these the right way so that they match when I'm done. There's so many options between landscape, portrait, matted, not matted, 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. Like how many patterns do you bring into the cut and mix? And the creativity is endless, but let's face it, once you've cut the paper and you've either flipped or shuffled, you've got that down, you've got a very good head start on what is your card going to look like because your layout is coming together. And then once your layout has come together and you've chosen a designer series paper, then you've got patterns that will suggest a bundle to you, and then so you've got your layout done, your bundle is suggested from the colors and patterns in the designer series paper. Once you bring those 2 things together, your card is practically done for you, and that's what I really love about layouts like this. Our wonder recipes are now double batch wonder recipes, and now we have the cut and mix templates too. I'm just want to support you in your creativity as you guys support me with all your orders, right? When you buy class packets, when you buy PDFs, when you order Stampin' Up supplies from me, you support a real family. And when I come back with creativity like this, it's my way of supporting you back in a way of thank you for all that you do. All right, now the next thing I want to do with these is another little batchwork step here so that I can consolidate some of the pieces. All right, so all of my designs have the same little element. I took some baker's twine. I took two lengths of it. I think I did about 5.5 for this cut and mix, and I think I did about 6 inches for this cut and mix, but I've got 5.5 inches times 2 pieces, and I'm going to lay that right over the seam here, and then I'm going to tape it to the back. Okay, and we're going to do, this is like a cheater bow. It's gonna look like it was wrapped around, but we're gonna save ourselves about 8 inches of twine this way, and then we can get a double bow instead of wrapping it. When you wrap and wrap and wrap, you still only have one length, so then you don't get the double bow. So let me show you. I'm gonna do a cheater here. I'm gonna just pull this across the front and tape it to the back with some tear and tape. Make sure it still looks nice on the front before I commit. And I'm going to do that with both of these and both of these. What are you guys saying about anything? Jan does an excellent job on the alternatives, says Kathy, and thanks her so much. Right? Massive, massive kudos. Very creative lady. She always blows my mind. I think that kitchen table stamper really stepped up the game when Jan agreed to do alternatives. All right, so we're going to do this and we're going to chat. The one thing that I want to remember to talk to you about is 12 Days of Christmas, because that's the other thing that's really got my attention and my heart right now. I wanted to bring you to Christmas Stampin' Stick card classes. Well, they turned out to be cut and mix card classes, but and I wanted to bring you the 12 Days of Christmas this year. So if you're not already in the know, we are doing 12 Days of Christmas. The 12 Days of Christmas, we are done with day 1 and day 2. Day 1 was our live last week on Friday, so you can check out the replay of that. There's a project sheet on the blog. If you guys don't know kitchentablestamper.com, go check it out, but after, stick with me for card class. But that project is got a video on YouTube and Facebook for as long as Facebook will keep it, and it has a blog post with a PDF that you can just go and collect. That's the day 1 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Then day 2 went out to email subscribers only. And so if you're not an email subscriber, especially this time of year, where this is our second 12 Days of Christmas series. The first one was really awesome. And so we had to do it again. But email subscribers get more content. So get over there, kitchentablestamper.com/email, and or on the front page of the blog on the right-hand sidebar, you can add your email address there and get subscribed for the 12 Days of Christmas. Now, we've already sent out day 2, but don't worry. While we have the promotion running, I think it goes until December 12th, maybe 17th. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but as long as the promotion is running, you will not miss any tutorials. We're setting up a workflow. So when you subscribe, you'll get the welcome email, and then you'll get day 1, and then you'll get, if you miss day 3, you'll get day 3. So you're going to get the whole series as long as you sign up during the 12 Days of Christmas promotion period, or presentation period, I guess. Let me show you those projects really quick before we glue our card fronts to our card bases. Hold on. I got to slide a little bit. There we are. All right. So last Friday, our 12 Days of Christmas was our Llama Pops portfolio. And they had said that if you wanted to, with our Llama Pops portfolio, you could just cut this in half. Just cut the measurements exactly in half widthwise, everything else exactly the same, and do a half size llama portfolio. And Tony did it, you guys. So go check out the craft social to see her half a llama pop portfolio. That was day 1 of our 12 days of Christmas. And then our email subscribers got day 2, and this is day 2. Now, if you are Card Club for Cool people and you're not subscribed to email, why? Hopefully you are, but this is our Card Club for Cool people bonus project. I try to always do some kind of a treat that matches our Card Club cards, and this is it. So if you're not on the email list, go get over there. It's a little pocket, so there's some tea and cinnamon sticks. I've got my 2 little cinnamon sticks in a clear 1x8 bag. I got those on Amazon, and then some gingerbread joy tea. I got those, actually Jan got those on Amazon and shared with me. And that's our little pocket. And the tutorial is for email subscribers only. So go get subscribed if you're not already. All right, that's our day 2. All right, I will see you guys in your email box on day 3. And we send them on Tuesdays at about 7 p.m. At about 7 p.m. Central Time. So go in and get subscribed if you're not already, and don't miss out on the fun. Tomorrow, I'm going to glue all these card fronts onto the card bases now. So 4 card fronts, card bases. You see, I just removed the tear and tape. I'm going to supplement with a little more liquid glue, and I'm going to put them center right on the card front. Okay, while I do that, I'm going to tell you guys about the other thing that I started talking about and have already forgotten. Do you guys do that? Start talking about something and then forget mid-sentence. Yeah, it was something. There was something I was going to talk about. It was a thing. It was something. Good thing I got 3 more card bases to glue. Then I'll remember. Oh, goodness. Let's get this guy on there. I didn't want to not narrate my steps, and now I can't remember what I was talking about. We talked about the 12 days of Christmas. Oh, I'm talking about Friday. You guys know I go live most Fridays at noon if you're around here. Hey, if you just happen upon us on Facebook, or, maybe YouTube suggested you come and join us, and this is the first time you've ever been with us for a live, you're in for a treat. We're doing a whole card class. Usually we just do one project, except for card class Thursdays. But if this is your first time here and you've never viewed us live before, say so in the comments, okay? But I go live on some Thursdays at 2 o'clock. I kind of alternate them usually. Sometimes I get off schedule a little bit because they're card classes, and sometimes I get behind that design. But yeah, tomorrow I will be live at noon, and we're finishing up our shortcut card sketch holiday catalog paper sampler series. So we have done 2 new sketches. Tomorrow you're going to get the 3rd new sketch in the series, and it is shortcut card sketch number 23, and I cannot wait to share that one with you because it turned out beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love my card for tomorrow. So if you're not busy, bookmark us and maybe set your notifications, because we will be live tomorrow at noon with a new shortcut card sketch. So today we're using the cut and mix templates. See, the more times I say that, the better likely I am to remember the name we settled on for the new resource. It took a little bit to name it. We had to go back and edit the graphics a couple of times and edit the posts because we came round and round to a couple of different names. But than settled on cut and mix. So the more times I say it, the better. But the cut and mix templates will eventually be public. Right now, 1 and 2 are in this PDF, the Homemade Treats Cut and Mix Card Class PDF, and 3 will be in our Festive Friends Cut and Mix Card Class. Then Cut and Mix template number 1 will also be on our craft social, if it's not already today. I think it is already today. But we'll be kind of dripping them out, and eventually they'll be like all the rest of our resources available for you to collect. But right now, these resources are just for the people who take this cut and mix card class experience and level up. Whether you level up with the PDF or the packet, you're going to get those resources, and eventually we'll have them printable for everybody. All right, so we've got all of our card bases dressed up with our cut and mix cardstock, and now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. I batch when I stamp, so I'm gonna do the greetings next, both inside and outside. Okay, so we're gonna get some, I always want to call this one Starry Sky, Secret Sea ink, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping and get some greetings here. And while I do that, I will ask you guys, let's see here. All right, so I know that in your collection, if you don't already have the homemade treats and the gingerbread man, I know that in your collection, if you've been stamping for any length of time, you've got some stamps that'll have little images. You've got some stamp sets with some fun little Christmas images. So if you know any Stampin' Up stamp sets that would work as a substitute for this one, because I turn these around so fast, Jan doesn't have alternatives, but I have a feeling she might catch up with me and share them in the craft social. But if you know of a Stampin' Up set off the top of your head that maybe you've had in your collection for a while, go ahead and put the name of that stamp set or that bundle in the comments. It will help your fellow card class students try to decide what stamps they're going to use when they make these cards. All right, so I got 'Tis the Season for baking, and I've got It's Beginning to Taste a Lot Like Christmas, and these are from the Homemade Treats stamp set. And I have 2 cards with each greeting, so I'm stamping just 1 of each right now, but you'll do 2 of each when you're doing your card class, because a card class makes 4. And I'm going to put those aside for just a minute, and then I'm going to get the insides of my cards. Now, I have 2 portrait and 2 landscape cards, and I have 2 designs inside the cards. Oh my gosh, my nose itches, you guys. I keep stopping to itch my nose. I'm glad I don't have a camera on my face today. I think it's the fall weather change. As it says, subscribe now to the email. You won't regret it. Again, a little FOMO. Thanks, Nancy. Nancy is in charge of the FOMO. Nancy says, Jan and I make an awesome team. Thank you for connecting us, my friend. Let's see here. Linda says, llama pops are so cute. Thank you. I found them on Amazon. Amazon is my favorite place to blow all my money besides Stampin' Up. All right, so we've got our outside greetings all stamped. So let's take a look at the insides of these cards. Now, I don't, for our Stampin' Stick card class, we had gotten kind of in the routine of doing the insides. I don't usually do the insides, but today we're going to do the insides. Next week, or 2 weeks from now, we're not going to, because we're using thick white cardstock for the base, so you can do whatever you want stamping on those. But we're going to include the liners in your packet, and we're going to stamp them up. Now, so we've got the Season's Eatings. It's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas, season's eatings. And then, and the 'tis the season for baking, I put sugar and spice and everything nice. So let's go ahead and do those for this card. Let me see here. I got to figure out which direction I need for the ones that I need, because one of them I already did it in. All right, so this one's already done, and this one needs to be done. No, those two are already done. Okay, so I already did my portrait ones, and we're just going to do the two landscape ones. Other way around, reverse that. I just already did my landscape ones. We're just going to do the two portrait ones, and we're going to do one of each. So we'll start with this one. 'Tis the season for baking, sugar and spice and everything nice. I got my sugar and spice and everything nice from the Gingerbread Man bundle. Maybe you guys got that one. We featured it in Card Club last month. November, we're doing Stay Warm. I've got maybe just a smidge high of center. I like how these two bundles from Stampin' Up! Do coordinate nicely. They're not exactly the same in the font, but I like them. I like them well enough to put them together. And then Season's Eatings. About right there-ish. Try to get it level. I'm doing one of each to demonstrate for you, and you are going to do two of each. Two portrait, two landscape. And we need a few other ink colors here. I'm going to start with our sugar and spice. I'm going to bring in my cloud cover. I've got the full-size cloud cover ink pad, but now you can only get, and customers could only ever get the little spots. I'll tell you now, having it for I don't know how many months, 8 months maybe now, I've had this ink pad, and I will tell you that I'm starting to see the color shift that Stampin' Up! Talked about. It started out very nice, kind of true to cloud cover, but it's starting to go a little lavender now. So I do see why they pulled this product, and they let demonstrators have it, at their own risk. But I see why they did. And yeah, mine is starting to get a little lavender. I do also have a uninked spot and the re-inker, so you can use those spots and re-ink your little spot to your heart's content. But the pad itself is starting to show signs of shifting. All right, for the inside of our other card, we're going to be doing a lot of stamping. I did some prepared ahead some work so that we can make it a little bit easier, but we're going to do these inside so I can show you. Who is that? Tina's here, and she says hello from Street, Maryland. Hello, Tina, I'm glad you're here. And she says, happy Thursday. Surprised. I know I didn't give any heads up about this, but I'm glad you're here. And the cards are let's see, the llama pops are so cute. The cards too. Thank you, my friend Linda. Thank you for showing up, you guys. I didn't give you any heads up or any warning, but I am giving you today heads up and warning. We are going to have shortcut card sketch number 23 tomorrow, Friday at noon. And then we're going to have, I almost made a brown candy cane. Not that that would be a terrible thing as long as it was a Hershey's one. Nice chocolate candy cane. Okay, we're switching to cherry cobbler here. All right, let's make a little candy cane inside of here. I keep pushing too hard on that candy cane and I blob out the bottom stripes. I did really good there, if I do say so myself. And then here we go. All right, so we're batch working a set of 4 cards. It's a cut and mix card class. And I'll show you those cards as we add our inside greetings. All right, I want to switch my view real quick on Facebook. Jolly Delivery would be cute for this card. Cut and mix. It's a bundle I don't have, but I have the North Pole DSP. Other ideas are brewing. I can't wait to see what ideas you have brewing, my friend. Let's see, all those little die cuts out of the North Pole delivery paper, I think would make a good holiday sneeze. That's what we have here. We have a holiday sneeze. So it would be a good way to use up all those little animals and all those little packages and all those little envelopes and things. Oh, cutting the envelopes out of the paper and the packages out of the paper and sneezing them across. Oh, good ideas. My goodness, I could cut and mix this pattern or this card class over and over and over again. All right, let me get these inside. So I did ahead the insides of my landscape cards. So all we have to do is put the portrait ones in. And so we're going to do those. All right. And the packets are very limited. When they're gone, they're gone. But we do cut the inside layer for you so that you can stamp your card too, and we include it in the kit. And that's one. And then now this one. It's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas, seasons, eatings. Do you guys write a lot in your cards, or do you like to have them decorated up to the nines on the inside too, so that you don't have to write too much? And Jan always tells me she doesn't like her handwriting, so I know what Jan's gonna say. There we go. So there's our insides. We've got all 4 cards, and now they have the cut and mix designer series paper. Card fronts are on, insides are insided, and now let's take a look at our mats. I've got these. Now we're going to cut those for you if you get the packet. Going to adhere my outside greetings and with a liquid glue, and then my greetings are going to get some dimensional on the back. Okay, so we got that nice and centered. Let's get some dimensional on the back of there. Got to roll this cart around. I hope that it's a pleasant surprise to see me today for card class. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys more notice. If you're just joining me, I told the story of how I was just overwhelmed with all of the crazy things that were going on around here behind the scenes. We've got problems, just technology problems galore. It's actually settled down just a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I'm going to say that because it's settled a little bit and it's going to stay settled down. But between all the crazy chaos that was happening, all the ideas that I always have brewing, I was a little bit on overload, right? And then we did our mystery stamping, our team mystery stamping on Monday. And preparing for that, not Monday, I prepare for that about, like a week ahead of time. But as I was preparing for that, I was so inspired with what we were doing for mystery stamping, what we were stamping, what we were sharing together, all those things, like just unclogged all the ideas. So I've got all these fun ideas that came out of this idea, this kind of cut and mix idea. And so I do have one more card class come in for you. All right, I'm going to add all of my greetings now to my cards. When I add my circle greetings, whether it's my landscape card or my portrait card, I'm going to add a little baking sheet. So let me grab those 2 baking sheets and my 2 circles. And then I've got one more rectangle greeting here. And we're just going to batch them. We're going to add all of our greetings now. And so I hope that you're seeing how this is going to make your holiday card making a little bit more productive, a little bit more organized. If you get the packet while the supplies last, a little bit of head start, because we'll do all the basic stuff for you. We'll cut your cookie sheets and your circles, and we'll cut your layers and score your card bases. We organize our card packets, all the pieces in envelopes, so you'll have the envelope ready to send it. And then if you just batch work through, follow me and batch work through, you should have a pretty easy time putting these together. All right, so there's our portrait with the baking sheet on the circle. Now we're going to grab this guy and just repeat the same thing. So if you guys have not seen, Stampin' Up! Just released the online exclusives for November for customers. There is an amazing assortment of products. I will be showing a few things with some swap cards that I got tomorrow. Today's card class is just, we'll be at it. We've probably been at it for, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes already. Actually 50 minutes already. So I'm not going to show the November products today, but just in case you haven't seen it yet, you want to go over MarisaAlvarez.stampinup.net, and then you click on shop, and then click on online exclusives, and then you should be able to see all those, and you can filter by what's new if you want to. So go check out those products. I had said in some of my emails last month that my favorites are the lasting linen stamp, the beautiful patterns embossing folder, and the banner sayings bundle. I think are my three favorites if you're interested in knowing that. All right, so there's our greetings, but go and check that out. Not now, we're in the middle of card class, but maybe after. Now, the next thing I want to do is assemble my little candies. So it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas has these little peppermint candies. We die cut these for you if you get the packet, but they are from the Gingerbread Man bundle. I did mix the two bundles up here. And I'm going to grab my little bit of squeezy bottle, and I'm going to grab my silicone sheet, and I'm going to assemble these two little guys. Put a little bit of glue. I love this fine tip glue bottle, and I've had people start asking me again recently what glue I have in here. And let me see if this one's going to give me less trouble. I have one that's clogged and one that's not. And I keep saying I'm going to unclog that one before I end up with two that are clogged. So let me grab a pen. Everybody keeps asking me again, so it's probably been a while since I've talked about it. What kind of glue is in my little tiny glue bottles, and those fine point glue bottles? And I just take the multi-purpose liquid glue, this one, and I transfer it into this bottle. So it's the multi-purpose liquid glue. It is my favorite glue. I really do like using it. And so it's nice to have my favorite glue, the one I like using the best, in an applicator like this. And I just get the bottles on Amazon. There's a link in the description. And so you can grab a pack of these bottles if you like. It really does make stuff like this much tidier. That and my silicone craft sheet. I should use like grid paper or something because I'm not always the neatest, but the silicone craft sheet helps keep the mess to a minimum too. And then if there's any glue on the sheet after it dries, you just peel it off. It comes right off. All right, so there's my two little candies, batch working. Next up is our stamping. And I'm just going to, if it's okay with you guys, and you can leave me in the comments, I did leave one of everything to demonstrate for you today, but I have extras of almost everything already stamped. So we're an hour in card class almost now. So I think what we're gonna do is only stamp exactly what I need, like what I don't have, including my extras, all right? So I'll show you something in just a minute, and I think you'll understand. I feel like that could go up there a little bit. All right, so my candy is on my landscape one. Let's get my candy on my portrait one. I'm going to use a little Stampin' Dimensionals, but I'm carefully placing it where it does not overlap on my greeting. See? So it's down at the bottom to support the candy. Can, if you want to, swipe a little bit of liquid glue where it's going to overlap the greeting, and then you got it really secure. All right, so there's that. Let me show you this. This will be on the PDF resource too. But here's what we're gonna do. We're going to stamp all of our images on white cardstock. And you do it all at one time, and then die cut them all at one time. And then after that, most of them, I'm going to add my adhesive to the back all at one time. What that's going to do is it's going to make this project so much faster for you. What I did was, when I was preparing for this, I turned on something to watch. I did all of my stamping and I did all of my die cutting, and then I put those aside, and now today I'm assembling. So you can break it into two sessions like that, but you're gonna batch work, okay? So I have a few things that I have to stamp and die cut, but I don't by any means have all of them. I've got a lot of the things already ready already. So if you're okay with that, I'm just going to show you everything, and then we'll save some of the time of repeat stamping and die cutting. So let's get back to card number 1, and we're going to clear these guys away for a minute. 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to focus now just on card number 1. And I'm going to do a gingerbread with pecan pie. And then, nice part about this die set too is the gingerbread have 2 dies, and the candy canes have 2 dies, and the Santa hats have 2 dies. Let me make sure. I'm making sure that I'm telling you right with the candy canes, because I only took one of each out. Oh, it's all the way over there. Hang on. Yeah, the candy canes have 2, the Santa hats have 2, and the gingerbreads have 2. So this stack is going to go a lot faster because of that. All right. I've got 2 gingerbreads for this card. And then I'll need 3 candy canes for this card. I've got 2 by the magic of television. And I'm going to do one more. And then now the gingerbread and candy cane and piping bag are all from Homemade Treats. I did one piping bag by the magic of television. That one is done with cloud cover. And now I'm going to do one with Secret Sea. I always want to call this one Starry Sky. Do you guys do that too? All right, let's put that this way. So you'll do 2. Now, if you're, for demonstration purposes, that's how I'm doing this, but you're going to stamp all of this all at one time. You're going to do all your red stuff. You're going to do all your cloud cover stuff. You're going to do all your old olive stuff. You're going to do all of them for all the cards at one time, not one at a time like I'm doing in demonstration. I'm doing this so that you guys can follow along and put your cards together when you sit down to craft, okay? But if you're doing it, you want to get it done for the holidays, batch work is the way to go, baby. Let me take a peek at your comments. I think I will do... I've got my gumdrops already ready. Let's see, I have some spare parts, you guys. And so since I have the spare parts, I'm just going to use them. This is Secret C. And so I'm going to take a Secret C little one. If you do the Secret C once, the old olive once, and the cherry cobbler once, then you'll have 6 gumdrops, and you'll have enough gumdrops for both of your cards with gumdrops, okay? So those are, that way you don't have to see me stamp them and die cut them. All right, now we're going to die cut these. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then we'll finish up this card. All right, that's the one we're working on. These can go in a stack. I'm trying to keep my space clean, but if you know me, you know that when I do one project with you guys, it's a craft-tastrophe. So 4 cards, I'm really trying hard to keep my space clean. All right, let's stack these and slide them, see what you're saying. Brittany says, super late to the party today. That's okay. I didn't give anybody any heads up that I was even going to be here today. I think I gave an hour notice. So our card class schedule got off a little bit because everything technology was against me for a while, and I needed some time to catch up to get back to card classes. So card class is back on schedule today. Homemade treats, cut and mix card class. And then Thursday, I'm off. But then Thursday the 20th, so 2 Thursdays from today, I'll be back again with the Festive Friends cut and mix card class. What is cut and mix, you say? It's a brand new fun template resource that we are creating for you. All right, I got my 3 little things. I can cut them all at once. If I'm doing these as a big batch, then I'm taking advantage of the dies. The gingerbread man dies had 2 gumdrop dies. There's 2 candy canes in homemade treats. There's 2 gingerbread man in homemade treats. So I'm cutting everything I can fit on this platform at one time, for all the cards at one time. And you can reference our handy dandy chart at the end of the PDF to help you with exactly how many you need, but you're gonna do them all. All right, move that out of the way. We might need it again. I don't remember if there's anything else that I didn't have spare parts of. All right, so we got our bits. We got the rest of our bits here. So our card can come in like this. Let's see what I'm doing. Jessica's, I have to watch the video tomorrow. I have to go to bed. I have work in the morning. Oh no, don't let us keep you up. Watch the replay tomorrow. I'm glad you spent some time with us. Gian says, just got home. Thank goodness for replays. Hi all. Hey Gian, we're doing cut and mix card class today, and I didn't give anybody any warnings. So, I mean, I think we posted an hour before that we were going to be live, but don't worry, we're getting back to having our schedule updated on YouTube with and we're getting back onto an even keel. We're doing Facebook Live tomorrow, Shortcut Card Sketch number 23. We're doing Facebook Live next week with a 12 Days of Christmas, and then we'll be live the 2 weeks from now with another card class and another 12 Days of Christmas. All right, so these guys need a little bit of dimensional on everybody, but we also need to assemble our piping bag. So we're going to do that. Let me get a little bit of dimensional on my candy cane here. All right, so my daughter just left for work, and I don't think the dog is very happy about that. I hope that we don't hear any outburst, but it's possible that we might. Oh, the fun of doing live and dogs, right? All right, so I just cut off the crinkly end of the bag and off that point. And I'm going to adhere this to, so if you guys hang around, you know Banjo's our dog. We rescued him in April, and I'm his person, I am, but he loves Violet. And Violet's about to leave him. She just ran out to the car. She hasn't gone yet for good. So we'll see how he likes that idea today. All right, so we've got all of our little elements. They are sticky. I'm going to start with my piping bag and put a little bit of glue. Release the dimensional. I prepared that ahead of time so you wouldn't have to watch me put them all on. But unfortunately, you're going to have to watch me peel most of them. But that's okay. I'll peel fast and we can chat along the way. All right, so let's see, what else do we want to talk about? We talked about November online exclusives, and you can now order those if you are a customer. Demonstrators got them about a month ago. There is a new holiday catalog. All right, so if you are my Kitchenettes team, we posted about this, but I just want to remind you in case you didn't see it in the Facebook group, Stampin' Up! Did their recognition event. It was a recognition party. And part of that recognition party was some stamping presented by the home office, by Stampin' Up! Staff. And a lot of it was product preview for the spring catalog. So really good stuff. Be sure to check that out. Being a demonstrator is just more fun, you guys. I'm just gonna say. So if you haven't seen that, team, go check out that recognition party. You will be in for a nice little surprise of some product sneak peeks, and you can celebrate your fellow demonstrators and their achievements. The catalog will be available for you guys to view next week. And pre-order for the spring catalog. Do you guys believe this? Pre-order for the spring catalog starts the 18th, I believe. So lots of fun stuff coming for demonstrators. It's always the best time to join Stampin' Up! Because it's always the best deal. $99 to join. And you get $125 of product in your starter kit. So it's always the best time to join. All right, I forgot my little Santa hat. I don't know if I have one of my spare parts. We might have to stamp one. Do you guys do this too? Put all your spare parts, and then when I'm done creating with this particular products, I will put them in a bag, and then I put the bag inside of the stamp case. So I have head starts if I need it. Okay, I got to stamp one. I don't have any head starts on that little Santa hat. So let's do that, and then our bow and mince and finish it up. Are you, guys, let's see here. What are you saying? Donna says, I don't see comments. Oh no, I don't know why. Donna, there's not very many though. It's really quiet. Thank you for your comment. I see you. I'm glad you're here. Jan says, hi, Banjo. He's still lurking around the kitchen, so I don't think Violet has officially left him yet. Debbie Roberts says, love them all, gotta go. Thanks, Marissa. Thank you for spending some time with me. You could catch the replay. PDFs in the store. Class packets are available while supplies last, and I will be back tomorrow at noon. So maybe you can join me then, Debbie. All right, let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and give this a little crank. How are you guys doing over on the YouTubes? Linda said that's a good idea. Put them with the stamp set. That's how I roll. Sometimes too, when you do like BOGOs or whatnot, you buy my secondhand stamps and there's things in there, if I got a head start in there, die cut things, stamped things, I leave them in the case. I don't even clean them out. So every once in a while there are some surprises in my secondhand sale, because that's how I keep myself organized and take advantage of the head start, right? It's really nice to have a head start, whether I'm designing or I'm doing stuff like this with you guys where you know how to stamp with cherry cobbler ink and then die cut, right? And I don't need to demonstrate that for every single one. Those head starts come in really handy. How do you guys organize your head starts? If you've got, or your spare parts, sometimes I call them spare parts. How do you guys organize them? I just pop them in a bag and then pop them into the stamp case, and that's where they live. Sometimes I put them in the envelope with the dies, so I'm not too concerned about the new envelope packaging. I think I'll still be able to put my spare parts in there. That's how I roll. All right, so we've got all of our adorable little things and some baker's twine. If you get the packet, you're going to get extra baker's twine, because now we're going to take about 20 inches and fold it in half, or you can do about two 10-inch pieces. And we're going to slide it underneath the ones that we wrapped across the front. And then we're going to tie a bow. So it's a faker. It looks like you wrapped it around. You know, it looks like brown paper packages wrapped up in string. I thought baker's twine perfect for homemade treats, right? But it's just a faker because we taped it to the back. And now we'll adjust the size. We want a big loopy bow there, and then we can cut off the loop, because I fold mine. You cut two about 10-inch pieces. You don't have to cut off the loop. And there's that. There's going to be some peppermints in your packet, and we're going to sprinkle a few, 3 or 5, whatever you like. I think I've got 3 on this one. Let me get my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put one here. Kind of fill in, balance out our bakery sneeze, and one over there. There is card number 1 in our cut and mix card class. It's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. Now we're gonna, 'tis the season for baking. Here's the other of our cut and flip. Let's see here. What do we have ready? I think I have pretty much all the parts. Okay, so I've got my oven mitt, got a little hat, assembled my piping bag just like the other. I've got a couple of gingerbread, another little hat. What I'm going to show you here is another fun multicolor. So I have one, like we did with the piping bag, I have one rolling pin that I'm going to cut up, and I have one rolling pin I'm going to keep whole, and I'll just Franken roly pin them. And now we got a 2-tone roly pin. Let that one dry for a minute. And I'm going to add my gingerbread and a couple of hats. Uh-oh, be careful. Don't tell. Okay. I had to peel it up. What's going on here? Oh, you're missing the lot. Nancy says, I wish the stamp said it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. A little bit more iconic, right? I gotcha. All right, I'm going to take my 2 oven mitts, and I've got 2 different colors. I'm going to add a spot of glue, and then I'm going to overlap them a little bit so they look like a pair, a mismatched pair like you would find in my house. Haha, you can find the oven mitts. I was sitting there the other day, just minding my own business, doing my work. Look out, I'm like, what is that dog doing? What is that dog doing? I go and I find him chewing on something, and he's chewing and chewing and chewing. And I'm like, oh, I don't recognize that. What is that? Of course, I'm headed right over to him, right? Get closer. I'm still not like 100% sure what that dog is chewing on. I get up close and I go to take it from him. It's one of my oven mitts. Dog. Just chewing away at it. Just chewing away. So that's why the oven mitts are mismatched, because the dog chewed mine. And we don't have a pair anymore, so we put the red one with the green one, and we have a pair. But it's not really a pair. Got our sprinkling of cutie little patootie. We're going to loop and make a bow. If you've got any kind of dexterity issues, take your little flosser, put the loop through, put the lead under, and then pull. Now it's right through there for you, nice and easy. I don't tie at this point. I just loop up, swoop over the top, tuck in the space that's open, and pull. If you tie an anchor knot there, so if you knot it before you loop, swoop, tuck, and pull, what can happen is that could send your tails upside down. So if you ever wonder, why is my bow upside down? That could be one of the places where that happens. So I just skip it. I don't tie first. I just loop, swoop, tuck, and pull. I don't tie it down first. And then that gives you the opportunity to slide this bow a little bit easier. So if you want to slide it down against that element, it'll slide with ease. I'm going to grab a couple of glue dots here because it's going to go over the edge of our sentiment and on the knot. So you're going to use a combination of liquid glue, dimensionals, mini glue dots, whatever it takes to get the job done here with all these little guys, little sneeze. If you want to too, where it goes over the edge there, you can take a mini, cut it in half, and put it behind his head, because his head's just kind of dangling free there over that knot. Pop them down. Little cutie. There's our 'Tis the Season for Baking. Let's get some peppermints. How can you resist peppermints with the gingerbread man, with the homemade treats? Just fun. I'm going to put a couple right with my cookie tray. And there is 'Tis the Season for Baking. And inside, sugar and spice and everything nice. So let's finish that guy up with a quick blue. Where is my blue? I have a blue. Here's a blue. I have a blue. Oh, I do have a blue, but it's not die cut. I'm going to die cut it. I thought I had one already ready, but if you saw the mess I made, you would understand. You would understand why I can't find my blue. All right, so, you know what? Let's go ahead and, you know what? Wait a second, folks. I know it's not going to match the PDF, but I have a red one. Can we make that one red? Would that look crazy? Red, white, and blue? I have a green one, and they're already die cut. Green. What do you guys think? Maybe 2 of them on this one? That's for when you really don't want to write anything except for Dear Uncle John, love Marisa, right? Like, put 2 of them on there. I don't know. What do you guys think? And this says, I'm so glad they kept the peppermints, right? They really are, I think, one of my top favorite embellishments from Stampin' Up. All right, I do not want a red, white, and blue, I don't think. So I'm going to see how my green one looks. See, that's the fun part about having spare parts. Okay, there's that. And then maybe we'll do like this. Okay, it's okay. We got spare parts. We get to have fun in here. And then if we did like that, because I have them just sitting here, then we get all the colors. Yes, I'm happy with that. We're taking some creative liberties on the inside of this one because I didn't have my blue one, I guess, or I could just make it quick and make it blue. I'm kind of the kind of person who has to have everything all the same. You guys that way? You probably notice it in my designs. I really like a cohesive, I like a set to have lots of the same elements. I like when they repeat. I'll put the blue one in there. But now I feel like I need a green gumdrop instead of a red one. No, then I need a red gumdrop instead of a blue one. Oh man, I hope you guys don't mind. I've been looking forward to stamping with you. I'm always looking forward to stamping with you. Stamping with you guys is my favorite part of my job. And usually I try to have things so that it just goes like 1, 2, 3, and like the magic of television, everything stays pretty organized, and we move from point A to point B to the end, you know, pretty uneventfully. But today, having a little bit of fun. There we go. So it's a little bit the same because I kind of like things the same all the time. And it's a little bit different too. Oh, I don't know what I got on there. There's our 'Tis the Season for Baking. That's card number 2. We are well on our way through our stack of cards. Let's do our cut and mix number 2. You guys staying with me? Mine are in a large plastic container. So your way is better. Oh, Linda, is that all your spare parts? Do you keep them in a... I used to have what I called the graveyard, and it was one of those like expandable files, and I would go kind of by, and there would be scraps or, you know, designer series paper stuff, and it would be by theme, and that worked pretty good too. But now I just kind of keep all the, keep the stamp sets with the stamp sets, and I keep the spare parts with the stamp sets, and it makes it pretty easy for me to pick up where I left off when I'm crafting. All right, I'm just now adhering, just picking and sticking my elements to finish up this set. Each one's a little bit the same and a little bit different. Anywhere that it overlaps on both the card and the sentiment, you can add a little dot of liquid glue if you want to, and some dimensional, like in combination. I got another little baker's twine bow here, so I'm just going to put that through the flosser, put the flosser under. Now my baker's twine is under the loop, and we're going to make a big loopy double bow. It's beginning to taste like Christmas. Not a lot like Christmas. I don't know, from the look of this card, I think a lot like Christmas. We got everything. We got the gingerbread, we got the icing, we got the peppermint, candies. I think that would be a lot. And then here we go. And our piping bag is already ready. I need a little dimensional on the back of there. And a bit of liquid glue or a glue dot. When you're making Christmas cards, sometimes time is really of the essence. So a little glue dot there instead of a little liquid glue is all right too. I got a gingerbread man. That's going to go over our knot. We'll do that one last. Got my little candy cane. My gumdrops. Somehow I have a extra piping bag that's all put together, but I didn't have the blue piece for the inside. I had little spare parts, I guess. This guy is going to go over the knot here, so I'm going to use glue dots again. Katie says, yes, look good. Do you like the inside of that one, the impromptu one with the gumdrops too? It was funny. I just found myself a little, I don't know, a little surprised that I didn't have the right part, but I think it was kind of fun to go impromptu with it. I think the red one with the gumdrops would have looked pretty cute too. I think the green one with the gumdrops would have looked pretty cute. You can stamp the gumdrops right on, by the way. You don't have to have them die cut. There we go. It's beginning to taste like Christmas. This has just been a very enjoyable craft for me. I've had a lot of fun with this idea and making these cards for you. Next set is also going to be 4 cards and 1 cut and mix pattern. So we will definitely have some fun with a new cut and mix pattern. That's card number 3. And then our last one together. That's it. Can you guys believe it? 4 cards and all the fun details. We're doing pretty good for all that we've got to do on these. All right, next we've got our green oven mitt, couple of gingerbreads. I did 3 for this one, and a hat and a piping bag. It was fun even preparing for this. I just, like I said last night, put on something to watch. Got my ink pads out. Did all my cherry cobbler stamping. Then did all my pecan pie stamping. Then did all, one color at a time. Just went through and did everything. Then I die cut them, as many as I could fit through on the machine at each time. At each pass. It went pretty fast at that point. Really was just a fun little batch to work. And then today I got on the YouTubes and the Facebook and put them all together with you. So they went pretty fast. We've been at it for about an hour 20, maybe an hour and a half. And probably took me about that long to cut my stamp and cut my pieces. So with the head start that we give you and the packets while they last, it should be a pretty, and then batch working between the head start we give you and the packets and the batch working, these probably will go together pretty quickly and hopefully enjoyably, and you can send some wow Christmas cards to the ones that you love. All right, this one last time, baker's twine through the loop. Put the lead under the one that we've wrapped there, pull, goes right through. And we tie a big loopy bow. I like putting the gingerbread guy on the knot. I think it looks cute that way. So we'll get that bow on first. Almost done. Last bow is tied. Not nearly the last bow of the Christmas season, though, that's for sure. You're going to have plenty of baker's twine in the packet, so you can maybe make some matching tags and have plenty of twine to tie them up. And There we go. These could be a little shorter. Can't believe we're almost done. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down. I'm going to have to peel slowly. You guys sticking with me? You're all quiet. Patty says, oh no, I have the gingerbread man. Sorry, I got mixed up. No, the gingerbread man. I used him on this one. I used the, uh-oh, my bag's not going to fit on that side this time. I must have put it a little too high. We're going to go this way this time. See, there's no mistakes in stamping. Just creative opportunities. That's all. And then this guy would put there with a little glue dot. And that, my friends. And then for the other little guys, besides, you can use anything from your collection. Any little images could go pretty nicely with this. There's our gingerbread. Last guy right here. I know that as you make these cards, you'll share on the craft social. Especially awesome when you guys share what you do with some other stamp sets, or if you use the PDF and you make the cut and mix template your own. Share in the craft social. We have a challenge in the craft social today. It started today using the cut and mix template number 1 to make any card you would like. As long as you use your Stampin' Up! Supplies, we want to see them. Come join us in the craft social. There are prizes if you participate between now and Tuesday. You can be eligible for prize patrol. And we want to see what you do with these cut and mix templates. Thank you guys for joining me, even though I didn't give you much notice. It was really fun. All right, let's take a look at some comments. I'll show you the whole set again. And then we'll sign off and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's see here. Kathy says I'm going to get busy and stamp my images so I'm ready when my kit comes. Excellent. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. And then let's see here. Kathy says, looks good. I think they liked the inside choices. when I was messing around with the piping bag, Jan says, you know what my choice would be? Jan's choice is always green, you guys. Let's see here. Let's get these guys all in here. I got 2 more. So this is our cut and mix card class. Homemade Treats Edition. There is a PDF in the Kitchen Table Stamper store. And if you'd like a PDF to enhance your card class experience, you can go pick that up. It's $9.95. It's, let's see here, 11 full color pages. You've got both templates, full color card, photographs, all the measurements, step-by-step instructions, that stamping and coloring guide at the end. And if you'd like a packet, we have a limited supply. You can check those out, kitchentablestamper.com/shop. Links are in the description below, straight to the product. We always appreciate the way that you support our channel. I will be back tomorrow with Shortcut Card Sketch number 23, noon Central Time. Let's see here. Linda says adorable set. Thank you. Nancy says, don't leave us hanging. What did you watch? Oh, last night. Oh gosh, nothing mainstream at all. I found this guy on YouTube, you guys. It's crazy. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. He goes through and he compares facial markings of famous people. I don't know how I got fed this, but and so I watched like 7 shorts on his channel because I got fed this, and he insists that these famous people are all the same guy, and his theory is that they're vampires. So I totally got sucked down a YouTube rabbit hole. I was like, what is this guy talking about? So he had these shorts that were like several minutes, and I was like, what? And then I noticed that he had a live, and I'm like, I gotta watch this guy. It was a replay. and see what I really think of this guy. It was just mind-boggling. It was completely crazy. That's what I watched. I was thinking about I don't know, maybe watching something crafty or something, and fell down a rabbit hole straight to the bottom. I saw some laughy faces. Nancy says another home run. Can't wait to see what's in store in the future. Well, lots of fun holiday stuff. We're doing the 12 days of Christmas. 2 weeks from today, I will have another cut and mix card class for you with festive friends. New cut and mix template and the same fantastic designer paper. That's what I'll tell you about that. Linda says the cards are great and Jan loves them too. Thank you. Nancy says those shorts are the best, right? I mean, sometimes it makes sense when they feed me chicken videos, but this was just, I don't know, got my attention in the most curious of manners. But yeah, he insists, and it comes down to he thinks that they're vampires, but he compares facial markings and yeah, I don't even remember the name of the guy, but it was wild. It was mind-blowing. Linda says there's some crazy things out there. There sure is. The internet's a big, wide open place for everything, right? Kathy says, thank you so much for the card class today. My pleasure. Thank you for joining card class today. I'll be back in 2 weeks with another one. And I'm sorry I didn't give you much notice. It's been going like, I don't know, it kind of picked up like a snowball. It started with our team mystery stamping, and then it picked up like a snowball after that. Jen Ward says, I love them all. Now I need this set. It was one of the first things on my list, but I'm kitchen table stamper, anything kitchen goes straight into the cart. So these were an absolute must have for me from the beginning. I'm glad I could help you see them my way. And see them through my eyes. That's what I usually say. I'm glad you see it through my eyes. If there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. And let's see here, to shop 24/7, you'll buzz over to MarisaAlvarez.stampinup.net. Do check out the new online exclusive products. November was a brand new release. They were available on the 4th, so that's just a few days old right now. Check that out in the online exclusives category. I'll be back tomorrow with shortcut card sketch number 23 and a card that is equally good, equal to everything that we did today. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to share it. All right. Oh no. Linda says, I'm hooked on the police officers with the parrots. Oh, I'm going to have to do some searching and see some of those videos. Those sound funny. This was just like, I would stamp a little bit and then I'd look up at the TV like with eyes as big as saucers and I'd be like, what did he just say? It was nuts. It was nuts. All right, you guys, I'm off. Patty says great cards as always. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow with another card. You don't want to miss tomorrow's shortcut card sketch number 23. It turned out so beautiful. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.